Hello, everybody. Okay, we're budgeting. We're out here in these streets. Let's get these budgets done. It is most important, mucho important, very important that we start off 2025 just right. We've got to keep these budgets moving, y'all. So, for those of you who have not budgeted, um, let's go. For those of you who are married and you have not had your meetings with your spouse, let's go. And for those of us who are budgeting by ourselves, let's get the budgets done. We don't care what your situation is, get the budgets done. Why do the budget, Shakema, right? So that's the question. Why do the budget? Because it's important, right? It's most important that we know, hey Kim, that we know. I'm gonna go and watch your video. I saw you were doing some meal stuff. I was like, oh, let me check out what Kim got going on. So it's very important to keep those budgets done so that you know what your bottom line is. You know what you're working with. You know where you need to spend. You know where you need to pull back on spending. And so it doesn't change. Yes, it's a circular or cyclical pattern of behavior, but that helps you to form the habit of doing the budget, which then helps you to form the habit of watching your spending or being mindful of what you have coming in versus what you have going out. Like the video for me, you guys. Share, do all the things. We are jumping in, not going to be out here long because it's late. But I hope you all were able to catch the savings challenge videos. And if you were able to catch that, very good. I hope you've picked a challenge for the year. If not, go back and catch it and then find one of these challenges that will work for you. But let's get these budgets done. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm still using the MYNT personal budget sheet. It just works out for me. There's always a link down in the description box below. It's just very helpful. Now, I'm going to do my best to remember all of the things I've done thus far because I have done some transactions. I haven't paid any bills yet. I'm probably, who's on here? Kim, will you send me a text message that says pay your bills tomorrow? Because today was a holiday. And so I did not pay bills, but I do need to pay my bills tomorrow, right? One of the things about holidays and first of the months, you only have like grace period till the 5th. And so you need to go ahead and get those bills done. But I'm on vacation, still on vacation. And it just does not even pop into my head to pay the bills. But I don't have anything to write it on right now to say that to myself. Let me see if I can try to write myself a note, pay your bills. And I'm going to leave it right here by my computer. First thing in the morning, I'll get up. Hey, Bev, how are you? I meant to mention you in that video earlier because you have all the great savings challenges. I mean, you have stuff I don't even have. And I meant to mention you, and it went off my mind. I do apologize. Charge my head, not my heart, because I was like, Bev has all the great stuff. But get those bills paid, get those budgets done so that you know. Thank you, Kim. So you know exactly what you're working with. Okay, we're jumping in to share our budget. Not a lot has changed, but a lot has changed for me at least. So I'm going to try to go into YouTube so that I can follow along with the comments because I can't keep the comments and do this at the same time, but that's okay. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Got it. Okay. All right. So my base budget is the same. What's changing for me is the mindful spending. Now we're doing the use it up challenge, pantry challenge that's being hosted by Jessica over at Three Rivers Homestead. We're just joining in on whatever their family's doing and others from around the world and all the things. We're just joining in to do those things because it's just helpful for us to be able to save in some of the budget. So you'll be able to see that. So I'm being more conscious and mindful of my spending because I want to make sure that I can bolster my savings. In 2025, the biggest thing for me is savings. I've got to get past baby step number 3. I've been doing budgets for 15 years and I still don't have baby step 3, 3B, 3, whatever done. And I've got to get there. And I want to get there immediately. I want to get there as quickly as I possibly can. And I want to do all the things. Let me write something in here very quickly. Okay. All right, let's see if that worked. I don't know if it worked or not. Yes. Okay. Very good. All right. So my base budget is the same. I am watching what I'm spending. You'll see that I've already got my cash out. So I'll share that with you. So I break this down into income and then expenses. And then my total is income subtract expenses. And I do have some things to write in, some things I haven't done yet. And I will need to do those. So my monthly payroll deposit was $3,378.62. Now, what was different about this paycheck, which was my December that rolls into my January expenses, typically we get paid around the 19th or the 20th of December. And then you have about 6 weeks before you get paid again at the end of January. Well, there's some type of rule that says they can't do that. They've been doing it for the last 26 years I've been working, but now they can't do it. So we actually did not get paid until like the last Friday of the month or whatever. Let me see. Yesterday was Monday 1st. Yeah, the last Friday of the month was the day that we got paid. And so typically you're having to try to manage without dipping into that December money. So it worked out fine for me because I'd already had money. I'd already paid all the bills. I had Christmas money saved, so I didn't need to dip in anywhere, and it all worked out. So far, I have had some revenue come in from one mom. That was money that came in from Facebook. And that typically is really not a one mom expense because I get paid from Shakema Wilson, but I roll it into business expenses and it's perfect. So I got $201.25 from that payout. And what I did was went ahead and put it towards my January. I had a couple of sinking funds that I needed to use that money for. And so that's how I allocated it. And you'll see that in a minute. That gives me a total income thus far of $3,579.87. Now, again, I've already taken some stuff out, but I haven't paid any bills. Wish I had paid bills. Expenses, my mortgage is $1,000. My electric or utilities is $167, but that is not coming out of this budget. That comes out of my business expense, which typically comes from my one mom revenue. Now, let me say this. This next one mom revenue is absolutely mind-blowing because I haven't received this much money in I don't know how long. It's been years since I've received this, and it's not a lot comparative to other people, but it's a lot for us. So what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to do all of my sinking funds and all of my business expenses with this particular YouTube expense. Now, I have another social media platform that should pay me out on the 15th. And that's more money than I've ever made on that platform. I've only been paid from them twice. I think one time I made $16. The other time I made $32. That platform is well over $250 now. And I'm hopeful that it will continue to grow. I haven't had a viral reel on that one in a while, but I do have a viral reel on Facebook now. So that reel is making us money for the next payout session, which will go towards next month. So with all of my social media accounts, it usually tends to take care of the business expenses in the next month, right? So I've already paid for this month with last month's expense, and then this month's will go to next month. I hope that makes sense. Mortgage is $1,000. My water bill finally for a long time, it was over $100. It's now $83. My cell phone is $115. Now that's both myself and Jackson. So my cell phone is a business expense because I use that to do my videos. I use that for editing. I use it for all the things. I use that more for videos than I do for people talking on the phone. Hey, Miss Sue, good to see you. Now, one of the things that's going to change as well, and I'm going to make myself a note because I didn't pay that yet. But I told Shamika because I was looking to buy a new phone for videos. And when I went to the place here, the lady said for me to walk out the door was going to be $300 for the phone. So and then she said, well, y'all don't have the most current plan. Tell your daughter to call and see if we can't get your bill down, because right now you're paying quite a lot. So I told her this new bill next month. So I told her, but she didn't do anything about it. Well, she sent us the email that said, hey, this is how much you have to pay, because we're on a family plan. Myself, Trandon, Shamika, Alana, and Jackson, we're all on a family plan. My son-in-law, he has something different, and he's fine with it, and we're fine with it. So what ended up happening is I said, have you called to check? So she ended up calling. They ended up putting us on a different plan. They ended up allowing her to get a military discount. And so that bill is going to go from $115 for me and Jackson together to like $85, $86, $88 at max, because everybody got a reduction in our bill because she got a new plan or something like that. So this month we have to pay this bill, and then next month we'll get a lower bill. So that'll be perfect. It's kind of what we were paying in the very beginning, but then it went up some kind of way. And so that's perfectly fine. Now, the other thing is, I typically go ahead and pay that up front, and then I just recoup my money from child support for Jackson's phone. No problem. Internet is $95. I don't have cable. I don't have anything like that. I do have Roku. We've had those Roku boxes for years. We actually ended up having a TV go out on us. And because one of the TVs went out, when I say went out, the aspect ratio was off. So it would not play like a regular TV. It kept, blowing the picture up. So it was really big, and we could not get it to work. So to replace a TV cost me a little bit over $200. So I didn't have it in the very beginning, but my Amazon Prime is coming up due. I did save money for that, but my friend gifts that to me. I always save the money just in case she forgets, she changes her mind, or something doesn't pan out the way it's supposed to. So I always save for it. But I messaged her, told her about my TV. I said, listen, I have this money sitting here, but if you're sure you're going to gift me again, because I do her ordering for her. So it's like it's hours, it's hours. She just doesn't do the ordering. She just doesn't want to do it. And it's fine. I don't mind helping her out. So I said, do you mind if I just go ahead and take that money and put it towards the TV? She was fine with it. So I didn't incur any expenses, because I would have just took this one out of my bedroom and we would have been fine. I don't need a TV in here. It's just we didn't have any other place to put it. But instead of using the box for the Roku, we just ended up getting a Roku TV, because we noticed that something was wrong with the Roku that was in here. Well, when you take further inspection, somebody's little dog, I'm not naming any names about somebody's little dog, because my dog is trained and she is perfect, but somebody's little dog decided that they wanted to chew the cord on the Roku box. That's close to the where you plug it in. And so it's hanging on by a thread. So that's why it wasn't working either. The TV wasn't working, but the Roku box wasn't working either. And we couldn't figure out why. Well, now we know. And my dog is perfect. Okay. So I didn't have to incur any expense there. Household repairs is a sinking fund. I'm saving all sinking funds until I have extra additional monies to pay. Right now, I'm just paying base bills. And as I get things come in, I will then do sinking funds. I do have that $200+ that's coming in. I did a brand deal. They are dragging their feet about paying me, but that will also go to a couple of sinking funds. And then, of course, my YouTube will pay for the majority of what's left, plus business expenses, because this year we've had to incur business expenses. My website used to be free. It's no longer free anymore. My the utilities, because I do all of my filming in this house or in the garden. I'm doing something in this house. Then we have my editing software. I have to pay for that once a year. But I do Canva, so I pay for that. And then I think the cell phone. So I've got a couple expenses that I have not had in the past years, but I do have them moving forward. How Household miscellaneous, I'm not buying anything right now for the house. The only thing I need to do left in the house as a project that's in the house outside of refreshing some paint is my bedroom floor. So right after I get myself to a good spot, maybe this summer, I'll start a sinking fund for the bedroom floor. That's the flooring plus the labor. Right now, I'm not concerned about it. It works out fine the way it is. We're going to just leave it and let it be. Lawn care, I'm not doing any lawn care right now, but Mr. Jerome is coming over to do a couple of garden projects for me. So when I don't have the grass cut, for those of you who might be new around here, I just work through my process. When I'm not having the grass cut, I save that money. I typically was paying it for bills and other things, but I don't have to do that anymore now. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that $120 and I'm putting it to the side, and all of the garden projects that I need Mr. Jerome to do, I pay him out of that money. If I save from, let me see, November, December, January, February, March, April is 6 months worth, and then he can do 6 months worth of projects. You know, however much money I need. I need a big load of dirt for the beds because my garden beds, some of them are low. I want to try to build them up a little bit without having to buy bags of soil, bags and bags and bags. He could just get me a big barrel, a truckload for cheap. And then I want to have some arches moved. We have the arches at the end of the garden, but our water source is not the best down there. So I'm having him to move the arches closer to the water source so I can do some vertical gardening, plus do some planting in the beds as well. And then in the back of the garden, I'm going to have him put up a cattle panel straight upward so I can do peas and green beans and all that. So I can do them up and have something for them to trellis onto, if that makes any sense. Now I'm fighting my neighbor because she has vining plants that come across the fence and they like to attach to my stuff. So we got to figure out where it is best for him to put that. But I need it close to a water source. That's for cucumbers, that's for green beans, that's for peas, all the things that I'm still just having a little bit of trouble getting to vine because I don't have anything permanent for them to vine on. So I saved that money for Mr. Jerome. Then I have recycling, pest control, and the yearly spray is $54 combined. I also have my Roth IRA. Now, I did not put any money in the Roth. This is my second Roth, not the one from work. I didn't put any money in that Roth IRA last year. My goal is to put money in that Roth IRA this year. Now, to max it out, I would have to put $500 in a month to max it out at $6,000. I don't have that extra, and so I'm not prioritizing that much. I'm just going to put in there what I can. Does that make sense? Because it's a second IRA, and I'm young, and I will be young when I'm eligible for retirement. So what I think is I'm sure I'll be continuing to work. So I won't be having to live off of retirement when I retire because I'm still going to be fairly young, just in my early 50s. Okay, Amazon Prime, again, it comes due this month, but I'm already saving for next month, for next year, just in case. She gifts it. It's been a blessing to have for the last couple of years. And I order stuff for her. You know, she's like, Shakema, can you order me? Shakema, will you order me? It don't bother. I know how to get it up on my phone, do it for her very quickly, have it sent to her house. So it's a win-win situation. She's gifting it to me because I'm doing ordering for her, but none of that's necessary. But it all still works out. But I save anyway. PureFlix is my, it's like Christian Netflix. It's actually called Great American Family now. It's not even called PureFlix anymore. What's called Great American Family PureFlix, but that's $11 a month. That comes due in May. So I need to probably put myself a note on all of these that says this is due in May, this is due in January. It's always good to know when you have those big bills that are due so that you can go ahead and make plans for them. Moving down, my Health Wage Gym is going to stay $29, even though we have switched from Blue Cross Blue Shield to Aetna. I've been Blue Cross Blue Shield since I started working in the state of North Carolina. I'm now Aetna, and my nerves is bad because I've never been anything else but Blue Cross Blue Shield. Like, let me be great. They do not want me to be great right now. And so, because that is the case, what is happening is I did call and ask them, because we're changing insurance, does that mean I'm out of the program? And they said, no, once you're in, you're in. The only way you would get out is if if I stopped my membership, I would not be able to re-enter. And I've been in this membership now for over 10 years. I'm in what they call the grandfather group because I have national access. There are some people who joined it later that don't have as much access to some of the gyms as I do because I've been in it from the very beginning. When they first started the program, I got in. I wasn't always faithful with the gym, but I got in because it was a good deal. My sister got in because it was a good deal. We had another friend get in. I've had several friends that I've referred that have gotten in. And if you want to do it, let me know. I have a code. I can give you a referral code that will typically what they did was they waived your joining fee, which is like $29. And they gave me a month for free. I haven't had a month for free in a while. They might've taken that away. I don't know. I don't really care as long as it helps people, right? Then Jackson's gym is $42. We're still paying for his gym, although he is still doing track right now. Perfectly fine. But like during the vacation, he's been able to go with me to the gym. When he comes home every day from track, he don't want to go work out anymore. But on weekends and different things like that, he can still go until track season is over. Okay. This federal and state taxes, typically I don't put anything there, but I've already put in, I've heard people love it and I want to love it. I want to love it. But you know how you got that comfy blanket, that comfy robe, and people want you to get a new one and you like, no, but this is already broken. That's kind of how I feel. I've heard it was very good and I want to love it, but I'm just nervous at the moment. Because this is all I've ever known. And I'm sure it will be very good. I'm very sure it would be good. Now, my federal and state taxes, I typically don't put anything in there until I have money in hand because I did have the $201 come in from Facebook. That is 15% of that money. Just because that's going into my taxes. We're getting ready to go into tax season. So I will be submitting all of my paperwork, which I got to get together, to my tax person in February. And whatever my taxes are, then I will be responsible for paying that. And because I've saved my money ahead, she'll say, hey, Shakema, you owe this to North Carolina. You owe this to the federal. And I will go ahead and just write a check. It would be lovely if she said, hey, you're getting a refund. I'll be like, praise the Lord. Amen. But we'll see. For Jackson, his high school sinking fund is $50. Now, I bought Jackson a lot of stuff in the last 30 to 60 days. New track stuff, new socks, new all the things. We're getting ready to have what I heard is called a polar vortex down here in the South. He does have track, and we're getting ready to go back to school. He's got hand warmers, warm socks, feet warmers. He's got that thing you put on your head. He's got hat and gloves and all these things for track. He got a new track suit. So he should not need anything else. Nothing. And I actually was at the Goodwill the other day and I found him a jacket that's like a suit jacket that would be really good if he needed a suit jacket for anything. It's almost too little, but we're going to pretend it's not because he's just growing. But he shouldn't need anything else. So now I should be able over the next couple of months to kind of build that fund up a little bit so that when summer comes and school is getting ready to start again, I'll have some working capital in there. I'll have some working funds because I've spent down all that money because he just has grown. Jackson has grown. He was my little kid. Now he's not a little kid anymore. The new camera, always saving for a new camera, but I think I'm just going to revert to the phone because that's what I use. It's just easy for me. What I'm looking for in a new filming system is space storage. Right now I have 256. I need to be at either the 528 or the 5 whatever, or I need to be at the 1 terabyte storage so that I can film all I want to film to my heart's delight and then just post videos and then I can delete. Right now I have to post and delete. I can't save anything because I'm almost out of budget, if that makes any sense. I mean, I'm almost out of space. I'm sorry, almost out of space. So, but I'm working with what I got. Again, I don't think you should just go out and buy stuff. I think you should plan for it. Like I said, I was going to get that phone, but it was going to cost me $300. So Shamika told me that if I call and I do it online, I'll be able to get the phone without having to pay the $300. In the store, it's going to cost me the $300. Online, I'll just be able to get it, and then I'll just be paying on it as we move along. I'm still not decided. I just don't like the thought of having bills running. So I'm going to stick where I am at the moment, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Netflix, we do pay for that. We do enjoy Netflix at $17. Now, here's where some changes have happened. So my grocery budget is $300. However, we're doing we're doing the pantry challenge. I'm doing a low spend, and I've only allocated $20 a week. So I went to the grocery store today and I spent $20.97. That's how much I spent on groceries. I got dish pods. I got broccoli, 2 big bags of broccoli, because I'm doing a lot more veggies, trying to keep it really as lower carb as I can, kind of balanced across the board, but sticking to my calorie macros. And what else did I get? 2 things of water. Oh, I got a big thing of water. And really, that was it. Sister and them, the ones who need milk, I told sister, if you want different things than what I'm buying, you have to buy it. So she went to the store and bought all the things she wanted to have for her snacks. Worked out perfect.
Okay.
$200 of that $300 I've already put in my envelope, my savings envelope. I'm not going over. I'm not pulling it back out. And that's just how it is. My summer groceries, I've already sank that money. $100 is what I put in my grocery envelope. And then I do have $100 set aside for Azure Standard. There's always a link in my description if anybody's interested in that. And then I did $50 in prep money. Now, I didn't buy preps as far as canned goods or anything like that. Because I have a eating challenge that I'm doing for the next 90 days, I bought things for that challenge. A lot of bags of broccoli, a lot of bags of cauliflower rice, a couple bags of the chicken, what do you call it? Like the Tyson chicken that's already kind of pre-cooked and you can just warm it up, because I'm doing meals on the go. Salad. I did a lot of salad. I did some Skinny Girl salad dressing. So I went ahead and took that $50 and just made that purchase for this eating challenge that I'm doing with my 75 medium. No eating out is planned. Moving down. Now, personal care, I'm going to get my nails done tomorrow. And I need to fill in. She needs to do all the things because I'm hard on my nails. I'm always doing something in this house and I'm hard on them. But the Christmas season is over. And so I'm just going to get, winter nails and move on. 2 haircuts for Jackson, or 1 haircut for Jack and 1 haircut for Mom. We just got Jackson's haircut, and the guy who cut his hair this last time, the Lord was listening to me. He absolutely did what I asked him. I showed him the picture. I said, listen, this is kind of what I want for him as a young man. Can you help me? He helped me out. I'm going to him. I sent my sister to him, and anybody else who want to go, I'm sending him some more people because he did all the things. Now I will get a haircut, probably just an edge up and some things. I'm trying to let it grow out because the guy who cut my hair did not cut it right this time again. And so I'm just letting it grow out a little bit more. And once I get it edged up and all that, then I will get it colored again. It probably will be in February before I get it colored again. Perfectly fine. It is what it is. But I do have personal care money. P.O. box is $17. Moving down. Okay. Vacation is $50. I haven't funded vacation in a while, but that's because we don't have anywhere to go. I do have a girls trip coming up, but I'm going to fund that differently. Miscellaneous savings. I'm now back to saving money for Jackson. Christmas is over. November, December, I give him the money for his gifts versus me saving it in his savings account. Well, that's done. So for the next 10 months, I will put $1,000 in his account. So he should be nicely over the number I like to see in there for him. And that's just how it is going to be. Gracie and Gweenie, I have $150 for them. They will have to get their Simparica Trio, which is their heartworm stuff, heartworm, ticks, and fleas. All that is in one thing, and then I will get them dog food. But we do have dog food that we were gifted by a friend, and that'll probably take us to the very end of January because it was a big old bag. Like she got a bag bigger than what I get. And so that will take, her dog didn't like it, so she gave it to us. So that'll take us over till the end of, I'll take us to the end of January, and then I'll have to purchase dog food in January. Moving down to gas. Now I'm doing gas the same way as I'm doing groceries. $50 of this gas money off top is going straight to my savings account. $150 is going to gas. The reason being, there's 5 weeks in January, and I'm very local now. I don't have to drive far for my job. And so I don't tend to spend a lot in gas. The farthest I go is church. Now I have been travel ministering. So when I travel, and I do have to travel, it's an 8-hour trip, 4 hours there and 4 hours back. I get gas money to go and travel for that. So I'm not having to pull it out of my money, my personal money. I'm getting travel gas to go and speak and come back. So I'm going to just plan my little budget for work. Tires or repairs, I always keep $16 in there. And then for my license, registration, and car insurance, $152. I've already put $137 in there. So I do need to put a few more dollars in there. My car replacement. So I need to start saving now for a car. My car is perfect. It's nothing wrong with it. I still have hundreds of thousands of miles. But at a certain point, I would like to have an SUV, small size for mom, and I'm contemplating giving Jackson my car, but I have to have a car as well. If it doesn't work out before he leaves and goes to college, it's fine. We'll find him something, or he'll just get taken back and forward until we find him something. But for now, I need to start the savings, but I haven't put any money in there just yet. I'm still trying to get this baby step 3 done before I move to that place. My tithe is $560, and offering is $270. And then I plan to save $300, which puts us at $4,426 as far as expenses are concerned. Now, let me tell you, let me go into this week, because I did do my cash, right? So I did do cash. So I am going to populate, where are we? We're Wednesday. Tuesday today's the 1st. Yesterday was the 31st. Monday. I think I went to the bank on Monday. Did I go to the bank yesterday? Maybe I went yesterday. Was the bank open yesterday? Yes, I went to the bank yesterday because I did a workout at home. I didn't even go by the gym. Did I go by the gym? Somebody help me remember. I don't know. Anyway, I went ahead and took some money out. So I got money out for Mr. Jerome, and we actually talked about why does that not want me to be great? What did I just do? I don't know. Lord Jesus. Okay. Where is, there we go. Okay. We actually talked about how much it was going to cost me for the work I wanted done. And so I've made arrangements for him to be able to come in February. What he charging me to do the work will take this month's, next month's, and a little bit more. So I told him about mid-February, I'll be ready for him to come and do the work, and that'll be perfect. But I did go ahead and take the cash out and put it in his envelope so that it is there for him. The next thing that I went ahead and took out was the grocery money, and I did $300. Again, $200 of that went to savings. $100 I broke that down into 20s. That's in my envelopes. $100 for my sinking fund. My preps I did at $50, and then I'm moving down. Personal care, I did $100 for that for me and Jackson, and I like to just have cash. You know, sometimes it's just easier to have cash. I haven't done any of those things yet. Gas, I went ahead and took out the $200. And so far, that is where I am as far as expenses. I took out $870. So that takes us back to our base budget sheet. And now we have paid out thus far $1,071, leaving us with $2,508.87, which is now what I will have to allocate for my tithe, my offering, mortgage, and all of those other things that I pay that are not sinking fund items. So that takes us back to where we are now for the budget. So it's pretty straightforward and simple for me this month, only because I'm keeping it very simple for Shakema. I'm using what I can for savings. I don't have to have groceries, y'all. I'm not saying I don't have to have groceries. We're buying eggs, milk, cheese, eggs, milk, bread, but we're not eating bread. And Alana is the only one who really drinks milk. She can buy her own because she has a job. And so eggs really for Jackson and I. And I'm still buying groceries for Jackson. But we have food. If you joined me this morning, you know I've got food. I got 10 whole chickens in my freezer, plus 2 turkeys in my freezer. We just used the ham that we had from Easter. So we just use that for Christmas. So we have things where we're not hurting for food. We're trying to recycle and rotate through the items that we have. Jackson just opened up some jam today. Sister opened up jam. These people think they be around here jamming. But when I want to jam, they got problems. They don't want to do it. They like, oh God, mama, we don't want to jam. But you want to eat everything. But I'm rotating through my stock. And so that's why we were able to pull it out of that grocery money. So again, just as an encouragement, get those budgets done, do those committee meetings, start 2025 the way you want to finish 2025, right? I want to be on top of my game the whole year. I don't know what will happen, but I do know I want to be prepared if something does happen. So there that is, you guys. The budget is done. We will try to come back in when we get some more money and let you guys know, hey, this is what's going on. This is where we're allocating those funds. If something else comes up, I am putting money away for the computer. So a very, very, very generous person had sent me a computer. This was 2 years ago, maybe, I think. It was touch screen. It was top of the line. It was all the things. They sent me a very lovely note about why they were gifting me. And at the time that I received the gift, there was another family that needed a computer. And I had this one. Yes, it's just hanging on by a thread, but I had this one and they didn't have anything. And so I made a decision to share, right? I passed the blessing on to that couple. And as far as I know, it's blessed them. It's done all the things. And I'm still hanging on by a thread with my little, with my computer. I did have somebody sew in to that, a specific amount, which I'm saving until I have enough to buy a new computer. I am prayerful in the next 90 days, 60 to 90 days to have a new computer. That is the purpose plan in my heart, because I'm saving. I will be able to have a new computer within 60 to 90 days. So you should not be hearing me talk about my computer woes and all my problems over my computer. So anywho, happy new year to everybody. I hope 2025 is all that you need it to be. It can be if we work the system. Just because the process is hard does not mean we don't trust the process. We always trust the process. We always trust the Lord. I love you guys. And thank you so much for joining me. Like the video, share, subscribe, do all the things. And we will see you guys next.